ESPN 1080 Insiders here at Orlando Magic Basketball. We're going to try to bring you these post-game recaps for many of the Orlando Magic home games this season, and I'm joined by our Orlando Magic insider, Andrew Melnick. Orlando pulling off their first win of the season here tonight in their home opener, 104-95 over the Houston Rockets. And it just seemed like there was a greater energy out on the court really throughout, Andrew.
Oh yeah, right away. They tried to get things going inside with people other than Dwight Howard, maybe get Jason Richardson going inside today. And he did a little bit, get Turkoglu going inside, and that kind of opened up the outside for him, gave him some confidence to hit that shot. And yeah, they had energy throughout the game, which they came out pretty well last night in the loss to the Thunder, but didn't sustain it throughout the game like they did today.
Now you mentioned Turkoglu. He had a team high and a game high 23 points. Key to a very strong effort from the starting five, but the bench was also big. J.J. Redick had 20 points, and they were just a more complementary unit, I thought, to the starting five.
Oh, all we did yesterday was complain about how the bench did nothing, and then you mentioned Redick had 20, Glenn Davis had 13, bench combined for 40 points with Von Wafer and Chris Duhon even looking aggressive, and all the criticism we've given him the last couple of days, and it's been deserved. I mean, if we're being honest, played pretty well today. It was aggressive, didn't turn the ball over, and even made some plays for his teammates. You had to like what you see there, because backup point guard, we know, could be a big problem.
Now, in addition to being our Orlando Magic insider, Andrew's also our NBA insider, so I wanted some of your thoughts about some of the performances of the Rockets tonight. Lowry at point guard especially, I know a guy that you like played really strong, and Courtney Lee, another return trip from him here to Orlando, and he chipped in double figures.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry looked good, and everyone knows Courtney Lee. Sam Van Gundy, his press conference just now, is comparing him to J.J. Redick, the way he cuts, the way he hustles, and the way he just plays the game up. Turned into a pretty nice player, and I don't know how you couldn't be impressed with what Kyle Lowry was able to do tonight.
Our nightly Dwight Howard watch, he had 20 points, looked much more confident than he has really in the preseason games or in the opener. Does that lead us to say that Dwight's any closer to staying in Orlando?
No, no. That doesn't lead us to say that. That leads us to say that last night he had to go up against Kendrick Perkins, Serge Ibaka, an elite team in the Thunder, and didn't get any help from his teammates, putting too much pressure on him. Today he got a bunch of help. You know, the only big guy they really have, Jordan Hill, kind of more of a four that's having to play the five, and it's a Samuel Downbear, basically fresh off the street playing in the game. So not a whole lot of competition tonight.
All right, before we go, the Magic will return home on Thursday versus the Nets. Preview that for us, and what should we expect?
Well, the Nets actually looked terrible early on today. Came back and actually wound up winning a game, but there's not a lot going good right there with Brook Lopez out for the season. I mean, we've got Darren Williams and kind of everybody else. This is a time where I think the Magic can put together a little streak. And, you know, they got to pile up wins against some of these.
Charlotte on Friday, of course. So.
Toronto. I mean, you got to pile up wins against some of these bad teams for when you hit those tough stretches when you're playing, you know, good teams back-to-back, or, you know, the one back-to-back-to-back they have.
All right, well, he's Andrew Melnick, your Orlando Magic insider. Check back all season long on ESPN Florida and ESPN1080.com. We'll have up-to-the-minute Magic coverage. So from tonight from Amway Center, the Magic a winner 104-95 over the Houston Rockets. I'm Carson Ingle for the 1080 Insiders.